patient. Keep those arms and legs and especially your heads inside the rail car at all times. And please refrain from smoking, eating, or drinking anything but water aboard the Greenfield Railroad. And as we continue on now through the porches and parlors district, we're now passing the historic Susquehanna Plantation, built in 1825 in St. Mary's County, Maryland, where they had over 700 acres under cultivation for corn, wheat, and of course tobacco. Now all the way to your left, the stone building is the Cotswold Cottage, one of the oldest buildings here in Greenfield Village, built in 1620 in Chedworth, England. At the time it was known as the Rose Cottage, and was a very special Valentine's present from Henry Ford and his wife Claire. In 1934, they brought it here to Greenfield Village. At the end of the road, on the other side of our Ferris windmill, is the Daggett Barn, a living history barn from 1754 in Andover, Connecticut. Stopping to see how Samuel Daggett and the family lived and worked on the barn prior to the American Revolution. And check out their kitchen garden in the back, with include fruits and vegetables and herbs for medicinal purposes. Our new horse paddock down here at Hawthorne Place. When our horses need a day off, this is where we bring them. Now the locomotive at the head of our train today is our 1897 Baldwin, good old number 7. It was Henry Ford's personal favorite locomotive when he owned the D&LN Railroad. He loved it so much that when he sold the railroad in 1929, he kept our engine number 7 and put it in the Henry Ford Museum, where it was on display for almost 50 years. They then pulled it out of the museum, spent about 10 years completely rebuilding and restoring this engine, and this is only the 9th season it's been back up and tracked here at Greenfield. By the way, old number 7 weighs in at 70 tons. Project, one of the largest in southeastern Michigan. Hundreds of trees have been planted and the waterways cleaned and cleared. And wildlife has returned with a herd of deer and young smaller animals as well, like rabbits, squirrels, and turtles. Birds too, like green and blue heron, egrets and Canada geese, and a big flock of wild turkeys. You'll see a lot of our turtles and birds on the river over on your right.
We went on a really right there. I see out here. I think so, yeah. This way a flock of turkeys. Didn't know if it was the same sometimes.
And we're now entering Walnut Grove. On the backside of our Porches and Parlors district is where we hold many of our special events throughout the year. And beginning next Saturday, Walnut Grove comes alive with the return of historic old-time baseball. They'll be playing baseball every Saturday and Sunday this summer at 1 p.m. down here at Walnut Grove under rules written back in 1864, which include no spitting, no cursing, and no gloves. And speaking of next weekend, it's the biggest car show ever. Motor Muster returns to Greenfield Village. It'll be happening next Saturday and Sunday. Hundreds of cars from the 1930s through the 1970s. And will be open Saturday night till 9 o'clock. It all happens next weekend. Motor Muster and the return of old-time baseball right here in Greenfield Village. On your left, that's the Henry Ford Academy. Henry Ford Academy is a charter school here in Wayne County. Students attend for free but are chosen by lottery. This portion of the campus houses the 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. 9th graders attend class at the Henry Ford Museum. Just up ahead, you'll see 3 attached rail cars. They serve as classrooms for the senior class. Imagine that, going to class in a rail car. It's a rainwater catch basin. We use it for flood control here at the village. More importantly, though, it's the home to Godzilla, one of the biggest turtles you'll ever see. That award was swimming in these waters since 1929. Also on your left, at the top of the hill, a popular wedding spot. That's the Martha Mary Chapel, named after Henry Ford's mother and mother-in-law, Martha and Mary, of course. And also on your left, 2 of our restaurants. The Green Building is the Taste of History. This year featuring a special menu based on recipes from some of our historic sites, like the Daggett Farm, the Firestone Farm, and the Burbank House. Right next door, the White Building is the Eagle Tavern. Built in 1832 in Clinton, Michigan, they offer up an authentic 1850-style dining experience, featuring waiters and waitresses in period clothing. And that brings us to our next stop of the day, and that's Smith's Creek Station. From here you have full access to Railroad Junction, Main Street, and Liberty Craft Works. So if you're hitting us here, please stay seated until the train comes to a complete stop. The engineer will give a blast of the whistle. That means the air brake is set. And then I'll give you the go-ahead to exit on the left side only. Wait for the whistle, everybody. Wait for And as we continue on now, Railroad Junction, we're now passing the historic Smith's Creek Depot. Originally built in 1858 in Smith's Creek, Michigan, that's about 8.5 miles southwest of Port Huron. Where as a boy, Thomas Edison worked for the Grand Trunk Railroad, selling treats and newspapers along the way from Port Huron to Detroit and back again. Stop by Smith's Creek Depot today. See Mary Ann down here. She's got the whole story of what went down here at Smith's Creek Depot. And that brings us to the heart of our Railroad Junction district. All the way to your left, you see our vegetable building from the Detroit Central Market. It was dedicated this weekend. Stop by there today. It was built in Detroit in 1861. There's all kinds of cool little setups in there for you to check out. Now off to your left is the Detroit, Toledo, and Milwaukee Roundhouse, where we repair and maintain our 3 coal-fired steam locomotives. Originally built in 1884 in Marshall, Michigan, it was recreated here at Greenfield Village in the year 2000, using elements from the original building.
Think they're working on these things? Look at that sausage. Yeah, that's carrying big stuff to dump on the like coal. They would take the coal with them there.
On the other side of the roundhouse is our Liberty Craftworks district, where artisans and craftsmen create beautiful objects in glass and pottery, tin and weaving. There's a print shop, a carding shop, and a whole lot more. And don't miss the Davidson Gerson Glass Gallery with a spectacular collection of industrial glass. Our working farms district, and just beyond Red Cider Mill is the Firestone Farm, the birthplace of Harvey Firestone, Henry Ford's great friend, and the founder of the Firestone Tire and Rubber Company of Akron, Ohio. Firestone Farm is a living history farm. The farmhouse will go back in 1828 in Columbiana County, Ohio. And be sure to stop by the farm today. Check out the new arrivals. Firestone Farm is a real operating farm. Our farm hands are out in the fields today using tools, implements, and techniques they used way back in the mid-1800s. And that brings us to our next stop of the day, and that's Firestone Station at the front gate. From here you have full access to working farms, Main Street, Liberty Craftworks, and Henry's Model T. You're leaving us here. Please stay seated until the train comes to a complete stop. The engineer will give a blast with the whistle, meaning the air brake is set, and then I'll give you the go-ahead to exit on the right side only. Don't forget that wristband or ticket gets you on and off the train all day long here at the village. Again, folks, please stay seated till you hear the whistle blow.